Everyone hate on summoners. They're like, oh, I don't want a summoner in my party because they do no damage. But my controversial, unpopular opinion is that summoner is actually the best class in the game right now in your party, especially for Pohorn. Like, if I make a Pohorn party right now and I see a summoner that's not grieving in applying, I'll be like, please, please. Like, I love having a summoner in my party, right? Because I'll be honest, the reason why you're wiping in this dungeon is never a DPS issues. It's always because people are dying, and summoners just make you run so much more consistent, so much more comfortable, and I really like having a summoner in my party. Also, for people who have like Showering Gun and Bible, and they're reading the DPS chart, and they'd be like, summoner don't do any damage. Did you guys add up the cat damage as well? You guys know I have to add up the cat damage, right? But the reason why summoner is so broken is because people don't know about this. In the newest patch, they added the stage 5 skills on the skill box. So you can buy the stage 5 skills now on the NPC. And you know what summoner have on the stage 5 skills, especially on the blue skills? They have this skills called Hammer Defense Reduction. Nobody is buying the skills, but I'm like, look at this. For 10 seconds, you can minus 30% the enemy defense, and this have an 8-second cooldown. So as a summoner player, you can just keep this up permanently on the enemy, so that your entire team can just be doing more damage against the boss because they have minus 30% defense permanently up, right? And nobody know about this, right? And if you're reading the Bible and you're like, oh, summoner is not doing any damage, have you guys ever considered like they're increasing your damage for the entire party and something like that? So that's why the damage is kind of there. If you look at the rest of the skills, I think summoner is the best party member to have in Pohorn right now. The reason is like people are dying in Pohorn, and obviously summoner have really good revive utility. They have like the party res, so they can resurrect the entire party if you guys are having trouble. They can't obviously resurrect people really well, but there are a lot of other things people are trying to go for. Like first of all, summoner has bleed. In the bees, if you go for that, obviously if you want to do damage, you can go Hornet or Sunflowers, but they have bleed, and they have another bleed in the scratch. Although you kind of, yeah. And bleed is really good because it reduces the health generation on the enemy. So you want to keep consistent bleed up, and Summoner can kind of help you do that. Summoner have a lot of other utility. Knockdown. Summoner has one knockdown right here, has another knockdown right here. Summoner has a snare right here. What's down here? Oh, wait, the snare? Wait, the snare bring her back down? Have a taunt right here. The taunt is currently the most consistent way to make enemy bosses change aggro and stay somewhere. Because Blade Master taunt is so inconsistent and bad right now, and the Kung Fu Master don't have a taunt anymore. The Summoner taunt is currently the most consistent way to draw aggro, and it's a 8 seconds taunt on a 12-second cooldown. So it's really good. Summoners have a party iframe on the stealth. Really good for preventing all the one-shot in Pohorn and stuff like that. But you know what Summoner has? They have Petal Storm. Petal Storm, it's a projectile evasion for 10 seconds on a 24-second cooldown. And this also generates the entire party HP. When you guys do Pohorn, do you guys realize how annoying the first boss is? The Mark Sobo, who just kind of Kamehameha you like fireball, and you're just like, what the truck did I got hit by? And guess what? The Summoner just be like, yo, I got a projectile shield that up like 50% of the time. Dude, I'm just sitting there on the Petal Storm, and I'm like, yeah, nice try, Mark Sobo. Keep hitting me. It blocked the entire boss. So if you're somehow dying to the first boss in Pohorn, guess what? A summoner just be like, yeah, you don't do shit anymore, and you just pass the boss like very consistently because nobody is dying anymore. Summoner obviously got their if you look at this pin, is this one on the screen? If you look at this pin, Summoner has another minus 30% defense right here. So every single time they pin the enemy down, it's another 30% defense reduction for them, right? And obviously as a summoner, because you have so much CC and stuff like that, you can just keep CCing the boss and pinning it down, and it just makes the run so much smoother. They can taunt like the Tiger in Pohorn. They can CC every single time Pohorn has the CC bar open up and then pin for like 3 DPS. So like, yeah, they might not have the biggest DPS in the game, but they make your run so much more consistent. Every single time I run with a summoner, it's a smooth sails, like 10-minute run in and out and stuff like that. So I just love having summoner in my party. And I think they're the best class in the game right now. And I think they have a lot of other party utility. Like this one, recover 10% HP for your entire party right here. Another, they have like 2 days or something like that. They have like this, like people don't value party utility. That's the reason why they're dying. It's because they were like, oh, I'd rather take someone who do Giga Chat damage than someone and then die, rather than someone who like just make the run go smoother and stuff like that. And even if you do die, someone can resurrect you, right? I promise you, the reason why people are not passing this dungeon is never because of DPS. It's because people are dying. It's always because people are dying. And summoners literally like make your run so much more consistent. Everyone say like, oh, summoner sucks because they don't have sunflowers, but they're not looking at the big picture where they have all the other party utility, especially because blue buff and stuff like that is not a thing anymore. So blue buff, for some reason, it still say 50 meters, but blue buff don't affect your party anymore, so there's no blue buff as a party utility right now. As a result, the best party utility is all on summoners. I would rather have a summoner and do like a 15-minute slower run that's very consistent, very easy, painless, and smooth sails, than someone who do more damage and maybe do a 12-minute run, but very inconsistent, very stressful, very painful. Maybe you wipe and have to reset. Well, I would really rather just have a summoner so we can clear this smooth sailing every single time and never wipe a single time. Yeah, the Pohara DPS check is so easy. If you're losing, it's because people are dying. And you know what? You just cat on, hammer, snares, I don't know, like whatever. Like summoners literally beat the entire Pohara dungeon for you, as long as the rest of your party can do DPS, right? And at this point, like you should be able to do that. So I think summoners is the best class in the game right now to bring onto your party, but it's so undervalued. So that's what I think. And you know what? If a summoner player is geared and they do more damage, it's actually like crazy because they do damage and the cat do damage. And while the cat is pinning the enemy down, the summoner player can still do damage, right? And they still provide all that party utility. So if a summoner player did damage, like they did the same damage as other player, you should feel ashamed because they're providing like 10 times more party utility to the party while keeping up in damage. Like that's crazy. Like how can you not take something like that in your party? It's actually like not balanced. Like this summoner class thing is actually like not balanced. Because I'm gonna be honest, I'd rather just have a smooth sailing run every single time. Save a friendly adopt a friendly summoners into your party right now. And if anyone want me to adopt them, put it in the comment below or something.